Hey witches, I just wanted to come on real quick and share with you a few ways that I switch up spells, because every now and then when you're doing something that someone else wrote, parts of it might not feel right to you, and that's okay because it is an individualized thing. Everybody has different things that we lean toward, different paths, different elements that we connect with, different tools we prefer, certain herbs we prefer, crystals we prefer, even incense that we prefer. So, you might want to switch things up, and you should. You really should. At least something small to make it your own. But first of all, some of the things that I might switch. The first one, I always do this, the crystals. I use what I feel, what calls to me. I take that and use that instead, always, without fail. I never use the exact same crystals that I see in a spell book. I don't use them that often, but I do use them sometimes, especially for, just references and to get ideas, that I might not have thought about. Every now and then I get something that I put in my book of shadows, because there's some nice stuff out there that you should check out. But anyway, crystals. Another one that I will switch out a lot, candles. It depends on what you yourself associate with whatever spell you're trying to cast. Like money magic is one that has so many different colors you can use. You can use red, because in Asia that's really connected to money, and other areas too, but definitely Asia. You might use green, definitely American. You might use gold to represent, ancient times, or, just the actual wealth that comes with gold. You might even use silver. You might use white. You might even use black. It just depends. So whatever you're trying to do, choose the color that you just intuitively feel is going to fit with what you need to use it for. And you can use several different colors. You could even take one and, once you're done dressing it, sprinkle a little, gold glitter or, a different color glitter on there. You can do that too. I'll link my glitter magic video below. It's interesting. So anyway, let's see, what else do I like to substitute? Definitely incense. Some incense I love, like patchouli. I use it for anything that it could possibly go with. I love it. But, it might call for something that I don't like. It's not going to put me in a magical mood. It's going to give me a headache, and that's not good. So definitely incense, something that you might want to substitute. But make sure that whatever's in the incense still goes along with your intention. Make a match, unless you're just meditating or doing it to set the mood. Next, I usually will substitute the words of the spell. I'll switch it up a little bit, not much, just a little bit, unless I just want to scratch it and start all over. I also will switch out certain things in the spell that just call to me. I might add them in. It might not call for crystals, but I want to really stick this green aventurine in. I really want to use this moonstone. So, just depending on what you want to do with those. And let's see, you might even want to, have your athame out, because it's something, that just connects you to your work. That's fine. You can always add, you can always take away. A lot of times, instead of just regular water, I'll use seawater or rainwater or water from a creek, or, well, not really a creek, more like a, little small river, nothing stagnant. I don't ever use stagnant water unless I were to do a curse. I would use a swamp. I would use a swamp for that. And I really try to not do that. I might bind you. I might return to sender you, but I don't want to curse you. Come on, I don't want to do that. I don't need that in my life. But anyway, moving on from curses, the last thing that I always switch out, if a spell book is asking me to use a match, I have a weird thing about me that if it's a positive spell, I don't want to bring sulfur into it in any way. So I will not use matches for that. I know they're better for the environment. I use them for anything else, but I don't like using them to like my positive white magic, come to me manifestation spells or healing spells or anything like that. So that's it. Just thought you guys might be curious. Thought I would put that out there because I had actually just put something in my book of shadows and thought I would share that. That's all I have. Blessed be. Sorry guys, there was one more I wanted to add. When you finish all your work and you have your leftovers, many times if you're following a spell book or just a spell kit, usually in the spell kits it doesn't tell you what to do with the remnants. So then you just figure out what you want to do with them, and I'll link my video on how to dispose on spell remains below, so you can check that out if you're not sure what to do with those. But I normally don't do what the spell says unless it's bad magic. Then I'm going to pay a trip to the graveyard probably. So don't fuck with me. But, if it says to dispose of the items in the trash can, and I just did, a prosperity work or a protection work, I'm not going to throw those things in the trash can. I'm probably going to bury them in my backyard by my beautiful oak tree. It's normally what I do with things that I want to bring in. But just wanted to add that in there because it's a big part of the spell. What you do when you finish everything up. How do you get rid of what's left? It's important what you do with it. So anyway, that's all I have now, and I'm going to come on later with a witchy subscription box and a short little haul, and I'll see you then. Blessed be.